Yeah, that's amazing. And like obviously we've spoken about how you're a first generation Canadian, a woman of color, obviously proud black woman. So back in February 2018, you made your debut on Sports Center, obviously the first black woman to host a sports flagship show back to IG.
Yeah.
One of the most interesting things I thought out of all of our research that we did, I was super excited to ask about this. At the very end of one of your IG posts, you said being the first is cool, sure, but making sure I'm not the last, now that is something.
Wow.
Iconic.
Can you speak
Wow.
can you expound upon that? 'Cause
I
love
said that.
You did.
I did.
That was me.
That was
you.
That was some realness. I felt
No,
the
that's
chills.
some real. That's just some real. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. No one should be comfortable with the fact that I'm the only person. And this has been, I've said this to bosses, to coworkers. Y'all should be hella uncomfortable that I'm the only.
Right?
I think that it's a huge,
Period.
I think people in the industry should be uncomfortable that they're not seeing different types of representation. That
100%.
when there's race-related issues, they go to one single person who is not of color. I think it's sad. And it's so funny because I told my old boss that I lied to him. You never lie to your boss, but I think he understood because he had asked who I look up to in Canadian media, and I just like pulled someone out of my hat. And they're great, sure. But I remember just always growing up and like looking down south to the States and like
Right.
trying to find people to look because I just felt like the States were just a little bit more ahead when it came to representation and not even just like to tick off boxes, y'all. It's not what I'm trying to get at. Good freaking broadcasters that just happen to be of color.
Right.
Yeah.
That was just it. Whereas like I think that we're so behind in that is like, and I think that it's incredibly important for me to make sure that I'm doing exactly what I can, connecting people, helping people, like whatever I can to make sure that we have good freaking broadcasters in our industry in Canada that are of people. Because I always tell people, you look at the Raptors championship run and you look into the crowd, you look at Jurassic Park, you look at what does that tell you about the country that's
Such
supporting
an
them?
eclectic blend of people.
So why
Right.
is the news that they are getting in sports
Coming
not
from one-
reflecting
yeah.
what they look like?
Exactly.
And also that comes too with like fans. Start demanding this shit too.
Right. 100%.
We have to.